So what does the executive branch have to do with movies? Well, we're about to find out. President Trump is trying to extend his trade more to the cinema. Last night on social media, he announced he wants a 100% tariff, or has ordered, a 100% tariff on foreign movies imported to the United States. But that might sound like, oh, maybe a good idea, but it's a lot more complicated, and imposing a tariff like that is easier said than done. Ian Russell took a look at why.
Like any good movie, making them is as complicated as the stories they tell.
Movies are an art form. They are incredibly collaborative.
And as we head into the summer movie season with more blockbuster movies around the corner, the costs may go up.
So there are just a lot of question marks and a lot of uncertainty.
On Sunday night, President Donald Trump posted this on his Truth Social account, saying in part that the movie industry in America is dying a very fast death because incentives from other countries to film there are drawing studios and filmmakers away from the U.S. The president's solution to that is a 100% tariff on movies that are produced outside the United States. He spoke to reporters outside the White House last night.
I'm not just blaming other nations, but other nations, a lot of them, have stolen our movie industry. And I'm saying if they're not willing to make a movie inside the United States, then we should have a tariff on movies that come in.
My first reaction was, let's see what happens in 48 hours.
Peter Gregg is the chair of the Department of Emerging Media at St. Thomas and teaches film classes. He says his big concern is how a tariff on a film would work and what outside the United States actually means.
Does that mean it's money? Does that mean it's where the production takes place? Is it where the post-production takes place? Is it the company that owns the companies that make the film? The entire mechanism for enacting or enforcing a tariff is uncertain.
There's also the matter of incentives for filming. Gregg says a lot of filming happens in places like Hollywood or Atlanta, but other countries do offer benefits to movies that film there, like Canada.
They offer particular tax incentives to produce the content there, and they have a robust enough production crew environment.
And with so much uncertainty now, Gregg says he wouldn't be surprised if this stops movie productions in their tracks, or some may not start at all.
It disincentivizes the making of a movie, period, as opposed to saying, oh, you know what, we should be producing this film in California, or we should be producing this film in Minnesota. Just says it's going to cost too much, let's not do it, it's not worth the risk.
Now, this announcement by the president was met with confusion by those in the entertainment industry. Earlier today, the White House did clarify to NBC that there have been no final decisions made yet, and that it was exploring all options. Jana.
Professor said. And you talked about incentives in other countries, but we know here in Minnesota, we as a state have incentives for people to film here. Lots of states do. So why not just think about that?
Yeah, well, I reached out to Explore Minnesota Film. They also have a tax incentive program for these film productions that expend at least $1 million in a consecutive 12-month period on all these qualifying purchases for their movie productions. Their executive director told me in a statement today that they are committed to expanding those opportunities and making Minnesota a filming destination, while also, of course, contributing to things like the state's economy and having all these productions come in here to Minnesota.
Right. And I think that's how Atlanta really got its start. They just zeroed in on the entertainment industry and said, we'll be the new Hollywood. So states and cities have been doing things to get film and TV. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was Hollywood, then it was Atlanta, and of course now it's been overseas. You heard in our story there, Canada is one of the big ones right now too. It's cheaper and it's easier to have people come in and get over there. Makes sense. All right, Ian, we'll stay on this one. Be right back.